Hi, today we're gonna talk about comparison and contrast. Let's get it now. Number one, defining comparison and contrast. Comparison emphasizes the similarities between two things, ideas, concepts, or points of view. On the other hand, contrast emphasizes the differences between two things, ideas, concepts, or points of view. In comparison and contrast paragraph, usually the writer points out the similarities or differences or maybe both of them between two things. Okay, I will show you the paragraph that contain comparison and contrast. Here it is. Well, we know from the paragraph that the writer wants to compare and contrast the two films, that they both are great, but The Crouching Tiger is even better. Then the second paragraph looks at one aspect of both films, that they both feature warriors with special powers. After this comparison, the writer shows they are different. It's so nice. Strong paragraph because it provides specific evidence for the overall main idea. Number two, transition. One of keys to a good comparison and contrast is strong transition. Well, we have some words and phrases that show us the similarities there, and also both in a like manner, in the same way, just as, like, likewise, similarly. And then also we have some words and phrases that show us the differences. They are but, conversely, however, in contrast, on the contrary, on the other hand, unlike, while, and yet. Number three, structure. Comparison and contrast passages are usually organized one of two ways. Number one, the point-by-point technique, and the number two, block technique. Let's take a look at this paragraph. Did you get it? Okay. Notice how this paragraph first states the main idea, being youngest is better any days, and then support this idea point by point. The structure is as follows. Number one, topic sentence, characteristic 1, and characteristic 2. For each characteristics, the writer directly compare and contrast between oldest and youngest. Then the writer moves on to the next characteristics and compare and contrast oldest and youngest again. So this is point by point technique. On the other hand, block technique, all the characteristics of the oldest and then discuss all the characteristics of the youngest. That's why it's called as block technique. Here is the example. Number 4, matching items. Although these two youngest or oldest child comparison and contrast passages use two different organizational techniques, they do have one very important thing in common. Look at what happens when the characteristics are not comparable. Here it is. Well, did you get it? This version has a major problem. Two characteristics the writer wishes way to compare are not the same. Responsibility and the ability to get uses way are two entirely different issues. As the result, the writer is not really proving the point she makes in topic sentences. We cannot see from this comparison that the youngest doesn't have the same amount of responsibility or the writer doesn't also always get her way. Thank you.